talk about Moon Knight episode 3.
Woo!
Woo!
That was awesome. Just one of the most awesome episodes that I've had seen so far. I love everything. I loved everything about it.
They got it figured out. Marvel figured out their Disney Plus formula. This is the first show that I feel like every week has gotten better, and I'm more excited about it. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, the pacing is great. They're showing off new aspects of his powers at a good pace. It's good, man. There still is more mystery left under the hood of this thing. It keeps like unfolding in front of us, and I can't believe they nailed it. Let's go, Disney. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
I really enjoyed it. I watch a lot of like YouTube and stuff about keeping kind of ear to the ground on the Marvel content, and like there's some kind of, we'll call them the normies, but like there's some normies that are like, there's not enough action, there needs to be more action, I thought it would be darker, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, just fucking enjoy what you're seeing. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good
Yeah,
TV.
man.
Like storytelling is really good, and like we're dealing with like so much like psychological stuff that like it's obviously going to be a little more in their heads, if you know what I mean. So like it's I think it's pacing perfectly. It's really good. Did you notice as well? A lot of people are saying that they thought maybe there might have been the intro of a third personality at the start of the episode. Your man Jake Lockley. Yeah,
There has to be.
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I thought that was like, because I noticed it straight away. I was like, that's not Mark, and I was like, and it's not an English accent, so it's like, that's not Stephen. So I noticed it straight away. I was like, wow, okay, so they're going third personality already. Did you guys notice as well during that chase scene through the city, there was a camera recorded. There was a like very right side of the frame. There's a fucking camera caught on screen. Oh, dude, so funny.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Even if it's like a screw up, it's just part of the scene now. Like, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it
absolutely.
speaks to how fast they're trying to turn these things around. That like, something like that, which I think an editor would catch that if they had time. But if you're trying to get this thing like done, you're gonna slip up.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of tough when you're holding the camera too, because they're running with them, and that's why you get that bit of shaky cam, and so you'll miss something. Eventually you'll miss something.
I think as well, like the scene was just a kind of standard chase scene. What are we looking at here? Oh, the tree.
This is a promo that we have seen before.
Yeah.
And I believe that this is the third guy, right? Like they try to say this is Mark Spector, but I mean, that looks like a full-on new guy we haven't seen in terms of their outfit and how they style.
Yeah, I think you could be right there. Yeah.
It
Like
makes
obviously
sense because
Mr. Knight is Steven, right? And then Moon Knight is Mark. Yeah, I know.
And then he has that really serious face too. And Mark, although he is a serious guy, he's not that serious looking right now. He's just trying to get information. And so like seeing this face, it looks like this dude looks like he's ready to just punch someone.
Yeah, we're looking at Ezio Forenzo de Torre right here. he's ready to assassinate people and stab knives into kids.
And like we've been kind of like made to think this entire time that all of those flashes and all the brutal killing has been Mark, but it turns out it's probably going to be Jake, like, which is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
it's going to be a different take because in the comics, Jake Lockley is just a cab driver who's just trying to get information while he's throughout the town. And so if they change it to this, I think it'll be a nice take because they've already changed Stephen Grant. So why not change up Jake Lockley and have a different kind of spin of Moon Knight and all the personalities?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And like, it's great the way they're doling it out. The writer for the show is the guy who did Memento. And this definitely feels like one of those Memento style things where it's like, you think you know what's going on, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, there's a third personality under this hood.
Yeah.
Who both of the Oscar Isaac people are scared of. Like they're both scared of this other personality.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought it was really well done as well. The actor who died, I completely forgot that there was an actor in this show who passed away in real life,
right.
and it was the dude who was in this episode who was kind of wearing the silk robe or whatever. And it wasn't until a day or two later I was on social media and I saw people putting up like a RIP to him and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot that he fucking died. I haven't really looked up how many episodes he's in, but I presume we'll probably see him again in the show.
Yeah, his name was Gaspard Ulliel,
Yeah,
Man.
and he was supposed to be playing Midnight Man,
yeah. I know, dude. It's
which
so
would have been.
sad.
I don't know how they're gonna move forward with this, but I really hope that he got a good amount of episodes in, and hopefully they show some sort of costume with him. That would be really cool to show him like actually sporting a costume as Midnight Man,
Yeah.
and then just kind of giving a good send off. But rest in peace, Gaspard.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time, bro. It's so sad. So sad. I think he was it like a skiing accident or something?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar.
he collided with someone, and it's
Yeah.
it's tough.
Such a shame, bro.
That's
He's
rough.
a good looking dude as well, like, Fuck. It's fucking so sad, bro.
It didn't
Yeah.
even register with me because I remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
Probably like 15 casts ago or whatever. And it didn't even register with me that would be his character. So
I want to just kind of relay something. I'm not taking credit for any of this, but I'm gonna relay something that I heard to you guys, and I want to kind of get your your thoughts on it. But the scene where they're rewinding time and the skies.
yeah,
A lot of people are saying like, I wonder will this have any sort of like effects with like say Strange's spell, for example, or like events that have happened because they're technically turning back time, and like if maybe something could happen like with Strange's magic or something like that. But what do you think if like that somehow links in with like No Way Home and shit like that? I think that'd be fucking pretty sweet. Like,
Yeah, it might fit well. It might also, give a good explanation as to why, Adrian Toomes is in Morbius.
oh god. Oh man.
I will say this, and like first off, the effects on the whole rewinding thing was amazing, bro.
Loved
Like that entire shot,
So
the
good.
stuff they're doing with Khonshu, like he looks fucking dope, especially in this episode. I think it's our best look yet at him kind of being almost like a character in the show rather than just kind of a Zerber.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away by the way he looks.
Yeah.
This whole time deal. I'm sure you guys probably looked at the rumors or seen the Easter egg about Kang the Conqueror. When they're dealing with time, you're dealing with Kang, who knows about time, and they talked in the episode about Avatar who betrayed them. Like one of the first avatars betrayed them. Who would that be? Fucking Pharaoh Ramatut.
Yeah.
He's part of it, man. Like, did you guys see the articles and the YouTube videos about the guy's jacket?
Yeah, and the jacket, it had like a symbol very closely resembling King Amatut.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just like that's a mind blown situation. Like that's a very subtle Easter egg that you would have to run at like 0.25 speed
Yeah.
just to even look at that. So it like good job to the people who caught it early.
So you think they're really gonna go down the route if it's like maybe this is how Spider-Man gets back into the MCU in terms of people knowing?
I don't know. I like the idea of it. I think if they wanted to kind of reverse it now, part of me thinks that if you do that, especially so soon, I think that really just depletes the magic of No Way Home a bit. Like it's the impact of Peter's sacrifice is just fucking deleted. Like if like heroes and like MJ and Ned start remembering who he is or whatever, I just think that kind of just really just like diminishes the end of that trilogy and how strong the end of that trilogy was. Like I still get blown away thinking about how like amazing that film was and just how incredible like story wise it was to close out a trilogy. I don't think the MCU have closed out a trilogy like that kind of clean and crisp before, because if you think about it, Iron Man 3 wasn't good, you know what I mean, and that was kind of the end of the Iron Man trilogies. Like, and then what else, like I know the Thor 3 wasn't really the end, like, but Thor 2 wasn't good, and I think like it's not really a trilogy because obviously there's a fourth movie coming out, but the point I'm trying to make. But it's, yeah, I don't know, I would love to see it, but I think it's too soon for something like that to happen.
Yeah, you're saying that it's got its closure, give it time to breathe, let people kind of like continue to remember that it's it's just Spider-Man now, it's not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And so
well, I want to see a movie with Peter. I need to see what happens to Peter next. I want to see Peter alone suffering, Solo becoming the Peter Parker who needs to get a part-time job through college and he can't sleep and all this stuff, like, and he's trying to juggle Spider-Man. Like, we have to see that from Tom Holland. Like, I don't want it to just go back to the way they built this Homecoming trilogy into being a kind of different Spider-Man story,
Right.
Yeah.
But like he's still going to college, so at the very he could still be studying and at the same time like even get a pizza job just as a callback to the Tobey Maguire movies. And that would be really fun. But yeah, I would love to see Peter Parker kind of as himself. I know we saw him a little bit in Far From Home, but I felt like that didn't really count, because you had a lot of Mysterio and a lot of things going on in the middle. But yeah, like I totally agree with that. Like I would love to see Tom Holland at, did he get into MIT? I forgot if he was able to get in.
I don't think he did.
No, I know because isn't there like a GCSE book or whatever it's called, or GCSAs or whatever you guys call it, kind of like community college book that they show on his bed at the end of the film. So I think he's got to go to community college to try and get into a college or something like that. I think that's the kind of story they're telling. But I presume he wouldn't even need to actually attend a class because he's so smart that he could probably just like do some exams or something and then just be done with community college straight away, like just like leapfrog it straight away.
Yeah.
You can't put someone as smart as Peter Parker into a community college.
Wow, easy.
Well, like
We have proud community colleges here. Okay, proud.
Is really messing with that bell curve.
yeah.
I don't think that they would undo the work from Spider-Man, but like you bringing that up kind of really does drive home for me the idea that even Doctor Strange could make an appearance in Moon Knight. Like I know we're talking about Blade and we've talked about Black Knight. Those are all kind of Midnight Suns-y like characters that could absolutely make an appearance. But, now that we're getting into cosmic stuff and Fabric of the Universe stuff with the time getting rolled back and
TVA,
moving the moon. Yeah, right. We're moving the moon to have eclipses like that. That is some Doctor Strange territory. Absolutely. And I could definitely see Strange showing up in this for a cameo of some sort. We know they had a plan for Wanda. We know they want Strange to kind of start being the Captain America of this phase where everything kind of runs through Doctor Strange, right? He's kind of like the anchor for everything. And so I could absolutely see him showing up in this show at the end and next episode. Like he totally would fit. And it's Benedict Cumberbatch who will do TV. He doesn't mind.
Yeah.
He likes doing TV. He's done Sherlock before. He does other work.
Yeah.
I would love to see him interact with Oscar Isaac this early. Because I think Khonshu and Moon Knight and Doctor Strange, like I could just see those scenes. Yeah. Like that would be wild.
Dude, like
what about
the rewind as well? Just another point to put in your heads. The rewind would definitely alert the Avengers. 100%.
Right.
Of course. Banner's going to look at that and go, what's going on? Like, just like the 10 Rings, it's like, we need to investigate Moon Knight. Like, we need to see what the fuck is going on here.
Right. And then I was also thinking, though, instead of Doctor Strange, they've been really taking a look at Wong. Like, you see Wong in Shang-Chi, you've seen Wong in No Way Home, and although it's like very brief cameos, it's like, what is Wong doing? Like, what exactly is he doing, like, behind closed doors? Because as of right now, he is the Sorcerer Supreme.
He's the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah,
you're right.
So good, dude.
So, like,
He's that best life.
Yeah, but at the same time, because Doctor Strange is not tied as a Sorcerer Supreme, he's free to roam. So that still gives the incentive that maybe he'll go investigate. Maybe Bruce will go down there and be like, what the hell is going on? Mm-hmm. You never know. And I would love to see like some sort of like special guest. And I know, Finto, you mentioned before that episode 4 is probably going to drop a bomb.
Yeah, there's a bomb coming on Wednesday, guys. Get fucking ready. Strap in, baby. It's coming. Yeah. It's going to be wild.
I'm ready. And dude, like Moon Knight and this Egyptian kind of mythology stuff they're building is very quickly becoming like one of my favorite parts of the MCU, especially after last episode where we had like the avatars for all the gods meeting inside of the pyramids. Like that scene was just wild. Yeah. And I feel like that type of a set, like we're going to have a fight scene there. There's no way they make a set like that and just leave it for one scene. Facts. We're coming back to that. Like we got to do something cool there. And if this episode has anything to do with it, like we just saw Moon Knight getting like shanked like 5 times with spears and still fighting. Like
that was so cool.
It's just great, and that really kind of showcases where like Disney Plus is going to take violence. It's like, yes, we will show someone getting stabbed with a spear. For some reason, there's no blood. gotcha. But we are gonna stick large objects through people, and that's just the future. Like, come on, Blade, let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, how cool was that though? Like he stabbed him and he goes, "I'm just gonna take you and stab you with me."
Yeah, that sounds like Deadpool vibes, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
It is-
Hell yeah. Love it. Fucking.
Do you
love
want to
it.
see on screen the Easter egg for the Pharaoh Ramatut?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did see a picture of it. I didn't read the article though, but yeah, please throw it up there.
All right, here we go. Let me share this. I came prepared today. Look at me.
Look at you. I love to see it, brother.
Yeah, it's great.
Go live there. There we go.
All
All
right.
right, so this is the scene to anchor it
Yeah.
for you. It's the scene where like the guy cuts himself off, right? Or cuts his scarf away. On the back of his jacket, there is what they're talking about,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's like the Pharaoh symbol, and then it matches Pharaoh Ramatut right here, who is King the Conqueror. It's got the shape of the helmet. It's got the purple and the teal coming off of it,
Oh my god.
and that's a closer look side by side right there, man.
So close, like so
Yeah.
closely related. I really
Yeah.
hope it's true.
And the
So how does
new Rockstars-
Kang get back there? I don't really know the history of this, like, because like Kang is obviously from the future, right?
Yeah.
But he time travels, so there's a
he goes back to like ancient Egypt, basically, and becomes a god king.
Gotcha. Amazing.
And this is from New Rockstars, who actually like dug around this, and they got from sources at Marvel that this is not a Ralph Boner. That them having that symbol on the back of the jacket and those colors was intentional. It's intentional.
I genuinely believe everything that they do is intentional. Like, as much as the whole boner thing happened, like, I think there was something behind that, I think, as well. Like, but I really think that everything that they go into such great detail because they know that people are going to watch 55 minutes of a TV show at a quarter speed to try and pick up every fucking thing. They know people are going frame by frame. So, yeah, like, I don't think anything is unintentional that the MCU do.
Especially with Wanda being in Doctor Strange's movie in such a huge way. I think the Ralph Boner was something that they had planned on doing, and like that being actually Quicksilver and it being a bigger issue. And then once they're filming it, they made the decision not to like bring in Doctor Strange, and so they had to roll back those scenes. They probably did some reshoots to make it work.
And they didn't want to introduce a mutant too early and so on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the producer, Jean, we are all like kind of raging against her. And she probably took some heat on it on purpose and was like, yeah, I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
I'll make it look like I was just having fun.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, I see it.
I mean, but the show WandaVision itself to the grand audience, to the majority, they did like it. So of course they might be pulling stuff from that a little bit later as well. Like it's not, it's not like it with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier where it was okay. Like they'll actually probably take stuff from WandaVision and showcase it later. So even though we saw Ralph Boner, we might see him again.
Yeah.
Just as another joke.
Yeah, absolutely. There was even rumors of Aaron Taylor Johnson, the one from the MCU, the guy who's going on to play Kraven. There was rumors of him even reappearing somewhere, potentially in like Doctor Strange or something like that. And I think that would be cool too. Why not?
Could you imagine that's what sets Wanda off?
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah.
He dies again or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh man, like guys, we're only like 3 weeks away from Multiverse of Madness. Like,
Comes out in
We
like
got our tickets.
the 6th, right?
I have tickets for the 5th. I got tickets for the 5th.
Same here.
Yeah.
I think I might. I got 2 sets of tickets. I got tickets for opening night,
Oh,
where I
yes.
got like the butt kicker seats, which is where I saw Batman in, where like the seat rumbles and
Fuck
stuff,
yeah, dude.
which made Batman like one of the best movie experiences I've been to. And then later on that weekend, on a Saturday, I got tickets to a 3D IMAX showing.
Oh, nice.
Oh
'Cause
man.
I
Full
typically
experience.
don't like. Yeah, and I typically don't like 3D stuff, but it's the last IMAX 3D thing I saw was Avatar, and I remember that being amazing because it's IMAX and it's like you're in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go.
This movie will be an absolute spectacle. Like, it's going to be a stunning film to watch. So yeah, I think I don't. I'm in the exact same boat as you, Hoffman. I don't like 3D, but if something feels like it's going to be worth seeing in 3D, I might do it, but not for my first watch of it. I think I'll go see it in 2D IMAX for my first showing, and then I really might try and go see it on Saturday as well, again, just so that I've seen it twice before the podcast, because that episode of the cast, we are going to go deep on that film. Spoilers everywhere. It's going to be crazy. I won't be able to contain myself. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way.
One of the big.
Yeah. Go on, sorry.
No. One of the big speculations I've had, though, is how much of the movie do you think they're actually going to be very serious about? And how much of the movie do you think they're actually going to have a ton of jokes about? Like, I know that this is very much big room to show a bunch of like really awesome things that we've been waiting for, to show things that we never expected, and things that are just going to be like, you know what, big middle finger, like we just wanted to make fun of things. Like how much of that, what percentage do you think will be there?
I would say that we're gonna get Josh Whedon levels of humor in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, and I say that because it's Sam Raimi who's the director, and if you go back and you watch Spider-Man, it's a very campy movie. It's a very joke-heavy movie. He's not shying away from jokes and humor at the expense of anybody. Villains, superheroes, like he goes for it. He wants to make things have fun. It's like, remember the scene with Spider-Man where he's going to have dinner with Mary J, and it's just a whole joke scene.
Yeah.
So I expect stuff like that to happen. I know Sam Raimi said he's making it more like a horror stuff, so maybe it's a bit dialed back, but I still expect a lot of humor.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think there's going to be a good bit of humor, and I think the humor will lie in the cameos. So we'll get like a Deadpool cameo, and it'll be funny. It'll be something crazy. Like he'll be like, "What the fuck? Where am I? What am I doing here?" Like bit of fourth wall breaking. I think the first kind of the original director before Sam Raimi came on wanted to make the movie a horror film. So I guess that a lot of the movie is going to be very serious. And even just from the footage that we've seen, all the rumors that we've heard, everything, the movie does feel like it's going to be one of the more serious movies of the MCU. But I think the MCU still has to have comedy in there. Like, they really do. And I think they will.
Yeah, we can't have Evil Dead proportions of Sam Raimi. We have to have like a bit of a mixture of like, it's still a Disney Marvel movie, keep it down.
Yeah, true. Have you guys got any predictions for, just to kind of swing back to Moon Knight a bit? Any kind of predictions what you think might be the big kind of twist or crazy thing that's going to happen next week?
I would say my big twist that I'm predicting is the god that Arthur Harrow is worshiping is actually going to be Kang the Conqueror.
Oh my god.
That is what I'm...
That would be really interesting.
Like, we get his reveal and it's Kang. Like, how fucking crazy.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be fucking amazing.
Think about the god that he's worshiping, where it's like, they look at your whole life and then they judge you based off that. And like, what is Kang doing? He's at the end of everything, being able to judge everything everyone's done. And like, I think those are two parallels right there that we can kind of pick up on, that they might be the same person.
Imagine the TVA scooped up Mark Spector for like reversing time.
Yes,
that'd be kind of cool. Like,
Loki just shows up.
Yeah. Or Owen Wilson. I'd love Owen Wilson to pop in. Like, wow. I like what you did with the sky there. Wow.
That's a violation of TVA.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna do a ballpark and say that Amit is actually like a representation of Lady Death, and we actually finally get Mistress Death in, and I think that would be so amazing because she is a god. So like, buried deep within, and it's all death related. So, and she's a judge of death. Like she's with Thanos most of the time, and Thanos is trying to court death and whatnot. And that would be a great way to introduce another god, because as of right now, we have the Asgardians, which they're kind of on New Asgard right now, but we've had those Norse gods, and then we have the Egyptian gods, and eventually we're going to get the Olympian gods. So like, what if we get the chaotic gods?
Yeah.
That would be something crazy.
I love it.
And that would be interesting because, Lady Death and Thanos storyline is still hanging out there unused. And so if they put Lady Death in a show like this, then one of the Avenger level bosses or villains coming down the line, they could kind of riff off of Thanos storyline, and instead of Thanos, like it's King or something, or maybe it's Doctor Doom, and like that's the reason. Like whatever it is, there's a villain out there that they could use that storyline and just replace Thanos.
Yes. That would be so fantastic. Imagine like when they finally bring Deadpool in and Deadpool courts death. Like in the comics. It pisses off Thanos so much, and I love it.
That's fucking amazing, dude. I love it. Yeah, I don't know what I like the idea of Banner showing up because he seems to be kind of the Nick Fury of the moment, kind of investigating crazy things that are going on Earth, and we're trying to recruit some new Avengers. So I think it would make a lot of sense for Banner to show up and just be like, "Hey, Mark Spector, what's the story? Like, tell us about Khonshu. What the hell's going on?" Like, and he already knows, because he's so smart. Like, and he kind of knows what the hell's going on. I think that'd be a really cool one, and I don't think a lot of people would expect to see Banner show up in the show. I think that'd be a really good one. I heard people talking as well about like potentially Ethan Hawke's character Harrow could, like, imagine it turned out that he was like Dracula the whole time or something like that, like, and then they kind of brought in the whole Blade thing as well and linked vampires with Moon Knight. I think that'd be obviously trying to get it lined up with the source material. I think it would make a lot of sense. So that could be something crazy, because like if people are saying there's a crazy twist, and I love the Kang idea, is amazing. But maybe if they did a vampire twist, I think that could be really fucking cool as well. So yeah,
I'm always down for vampire twists.
There's like there's so many like options. Like there's so many ways they can go with it. Like it's crazy. Yeah, love it.
Well, and then as of right now, we are doing what I thought was going to happen, which is like a chapter kind of system. We had 2 episodes of Stephen Grant, and then the transition from Stephen to Mark, and now we might be getting the transition from Mark to Jake. Yeah. And then we see like the chaos, because as of right now, Khonshu's not available, which means that he doesn't necessarily have the powers right now. So he's going to need someone tough to come out and help fight.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see if Khonshu like is talking with Jake. Like, is Jake also an Avatar, and like Khonshu's been messing with Mark Spector, knowing that there's all this other stuff going on, and he's lying to Mark when he's been working with Jake too behind the scenes. I think that'd be a cool twist also.
Yeah, didn't they mention something in the episode about Khonshu knowingly using Mark because of his mind being broken and wanting to take full control? So I wonder, is Khonshu looking to take full control of Jake, and the other two don't even know about it? Like,
Yeah, and that'd be really interesting, especially too that like he could just be messing with Mark altogether as well, because of the fact that he's already said that Layla is supposed to be the next candidate for Moon Knight. So I mean, driving him insane to the point where like he's going to surrender himself for good and just remain the Fist of Khonshu.
Yeah, I want to see flashbacks to Ethan Hawke as Moon Knight. I want to know when it happened, cool. Like where in the MCU they are, or like whatever, because obviously there was a Moon Knight knocking around before this, kicking ass. Like, so I'd love to see a flashback to that. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine though, like later on, Amit comes back to life and kind of resurrects that Moon Knight persona within Arthur, and then but like it mixes together and they kind of do like a new spin on Shadow Knight, and you see like the moon's eclipse on the crest. Yeah. And then he's just like this just deranged kind of like, I will kill whoever I want kind of persona, because it's like I want to take them out beforehand.
Man.
Love it. And
this was exciting MCU series yet, bro.
Right.
Hey, it's Hoppin from the Marvelous Chats. You guys just got done watching a clip from our podcast, the Marvelous Chats podcast, that we put out weekly here on YouTube. We put that thing out every Monday, and so if you want to watch the full podcast that this clip came from, make sure you click on the video you see on screen or down in the description below. You can go see that podcast and see everything else we talk about in that episode, because we talk about everything Marvel, we talk about everything DCU and Star Wars. If it's kind of in the nerdum and the geekdom, we will talk about it, because that's what we are. We're just geeks and nerds, enjoying that stuff, trying to talk about our thoughts about it here on YouTube. So if you are into the idea and you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscription button. If you subscribe, we're trying to get this thing above 100, and then we'll get one of those fancy custom URLs that people get for that. Nice. And also leave a like on that video so that you can let other people know that you enjoy the content, and YouTube will share it with people you know, or just anyone, because it's got a thumbs up. All right, that's gonna do it for the video. That's it for me shilling and trying to get you guys to do stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that clip. I'm glad you guys stopped in. All right, that's gonna do it. We'll see you guys on the next one.